Hello, you are welcome to my channel. The question here says if P ratio Q is equal to 2/3 ratio 5/6 and Q ratio R is equal to 3/4 ratio 1/2, thou should find the value of P ratio Q ratio R. Now, for us to do this, let's look at this letter here, Q. If you check the ratios, Q is here and Q is also here. So the ratio for Q in this first part is 5/6. So let's make the ratio of Q in this part to be 1. So in order to make this ratio 5/6 to become 1, we are going to multiply it by the inverse of 5/6. The inverse of 5/6 is 6/5. That means the 6 goes up and the 5 comes down. So the inverse of 5/6 is 6/5. So I'm going to take this first part and say P ratio Q is equal to 2/3 ratio 5/6. So like I said, I want to make this ratio to be 1. So I'm going to multiply both parts, these two ratios, by the inverse of this. So my P ratio Q becomes, I'm multiplying both parts now by 6/5. So 6/5 multiplied by 2/3 ratio 6/5 multiplied by 5/6. So I'm taking the inverse of this, which is 6/5, to multiply the two parts of the ratio so that this part becomes 1. So 6 will cancel 6, 5 will cancel 5, and I'm left with 1. So I'm going to say P ratio Q is equal to 3 here is 1 and 3 in 6 is 2. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. All over 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. Then ratio, don't forget that this part has become ratio 1. So now I have ratio 1 that I've made Q on this left-hand part. Now, taking the other ratio, the second ratio now, don't forget again, let me draw a line here to differentiate them. Don't forget that this Q ratio R is equal to 3/4 ratio 1/2. This is the question, and this is the solution, the beginning of the solution with this part. So I want to also make Q here to be 1. Because I've made Q on this part to be 1. Don't forget, Q is the letter that is common to both fractions. To both ratios. So I've made it here to be 1. So I'm also going to make it here to be 1. So for me to make this ratio, don't forget Q has this ratio 3/4. For me to make 3/4, this ratio to be 1, I'm going to multiply by the inverse of 3/4, which is 4/3. So I'm going to say P ratio Q to ratio R, Q ratio R is equal to 4/3 multiplied by 3/4 ratio 4/3 multiplied by 1/2. So like I said, I'm multiplying both parts by 4/3 so that this ratio can become 1 as well. So that Q ratio R is equal to 4 cancel 4, 3 cancel 3, and this becomes 1 ratio 2 here is 1 and 2 in 4 is 2. Is 2. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 1. All over 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. So on this side, I now have ratio 1 is to 2/3. So now that I have Q ratio here as 1 and the Q ratio here also as 1, I can now combine the two ratios together because the letter that is common to them is now equal in both cases. So I can now combine the full ratios together so that I can get the ratio P is to Q is to R. So I now say P ratio Q ratio R will be equal to, the P here is 4/5 ratio Q is 1 already, which is also 1 on this side. So I've combined the Q here to be 1. Then ratio R, which is the value 2 over 3 here. So this is the ratio of P, ratio Q, ratio R, and that is the value. But I can go one step further by expressing this ratio as a whole number. So for me to express the ratio as whole numbers, what I'm going to do is to multiply by the LCM of these two numbers. This is 5 and 3. Their LCM is 15, or their common denominator is 15. So I'm going to multiply each of the ratio by that 15 so that I can have a whole number ratio. So it's to now be P ratio Q ratio R is equal to the 15, which is the LCM 15. I use it to multiply 4 over 5. And then ratio 15 multiplied by 1. Don't forget this is the middle one, which is 1. Then ratio 15 multiplied by 2 over 3. So I can now simplify further and say P ratio Q ratio R is equal to 5 here is 1 and 5 in 15 is 3. So 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. Ratio 15 multiplied by 1 is 15. Then ratio 3 here is 1 and 3 in 15 is 5. So 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. So finally, the ratio of P ratio Q ratio R is equal to 12 is to 15 is to 10. And that is the final answer. Hope you enjoyed this ratio combination. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to this channel so that I can get more videos like this. Thank you for watching.